halachas of we're holding the halachas of makom hatfila. Okay.
Okay. So we previously we're talking about
the halacha of opening windows corresponding Yerushalayim in the shul, to make windows in a shul, and it's lechatchila good to make it on corresponding east, right?
However,
If it's going to cause machloka, as we said, it's okay to make it any side of the shul, and there's no need to daven corresponding the windows. And we said also a summa, a blind person,
should
daven
in a shul that has windows,
even though he doesn't have the reasoning that we have the windows to see the Shemayim. Also, is one of the reasons, not just connected to Shemayim, but to see Shemayim and be misorer, to have the inspiration to daven to Hashem stronger. So he can't see, but he should still see to it to daven in a shul that has windows.
Okay. Ches. Lechatchila.
Tov lasos chalono. Sorry.
Yud.
Yesh lekvoa zechuches.
A glass should be
fit upon the windows. V'kadome kadei shelo yilu chalonos krutzim, so that the windows should not be just like open up. Shouldn't be just left alone open. V'mutar l'spal k'neged chalon b'layla, and if it's permitted to daven against corresponding a window at night, la'alan seif mem aleph. Interesting. So first he comes out, says you should put a glass on the windows. Okay, it should be glass, shouldn't be
left out. So
I'm not sure exactly, but he said you should
put a glass. And okay. Alright. Yudal.
Lo yispal b'makom parat, he shouldn't daven, a person shouldn't daven in an open field. K'mo basada neshek hashu, should daven in an open area that has no surround, that has no closed off sections. K'mo basada, like a field, neshek hashu, shekeshehu b'makom tznios, chala alav emas hamelech, because when he is in a place that is senua, has privacy, then what's gonna come about is fear of the king Hashem.
And
he's gonna have more of a broken heart. Right? So it's very important, right? That's the halacha. A person should not go ahead and daven in an open field or something like that where there's no privacy. If a person went he transgressed and daven in an open area, he's still yotze. Mukaf mechitzos, place that has surrounded by mechitzos, fences. Ach eno mekora, ein miniya lispal sham. I'm not sure what that word means, so we'll leave it at that. That if it has mechitzos fences, there is no problem to daven there.
Ve'amna mutar
lispala, good base. It is mutar to daven b'chatzeros. Person is allowed to daven in a place b'chatzeros, basic necessity, in the courtyard of a shul, right? Usually shuls have the entrance, it's like the chatzir, it's like the entrance before you get into the actual shul where everybody's davening, right? There's a small portion, it's like an entrance, it's like a lobby, so it's mutter to daven there. It's also the minhag is that you can of course we can daven in by the kotel, the western wall. Even now that it's of course destroyed. Right?
Beis Hamikdash, unfortunately, is not.
There anymore. And it looks a little bit like a place without mechitzos. There's one wall, and where's the there's no surroundings.
But it's mutter, of course.
V'chein muter lispalel b'ma'aras hamachpelah. The holy ma'aras hamachpelah. A person, of course, can daven there. V'frat kayom, especially nowadays, sheyesh sham makom hilchad l'Yisrael. There's a designated place for the b'nei for us. Sorry. For Am Yisrael, lispalel sham, to daven there, right? V'yesham Sifrei Torah v'Sifrei Kodesh, and there are Sifrei Torah, of course, and holy Sfarim Kedoshim. Ve'en makom l'hachmer b'zeh, you shouldn't be machmer and say it's makom parutz, and it's not a shul, and I can't, and I want to be machmer. There is no makom. There is no. He says straight. There is no place to be machmer. We of course can and should daven there. It's a big mile, and you'll have a lot of kedusha.
V'chein mutter
Spala bekever Ashbi b'Meiron. It's also mutter to daven in
Meiron by kever.
Ashbi Shem by Yochai. Uv kever Rachel and kever Rachel. Uv kever Rabbi Meir Ba'anes and kever Meir Ba'anes. Uv kever Shimon HaTzadik and kever Shimon HaTzadik. Kever Shmuel Navi and also the kever Shmuel HaNavi.
All places
basically says that are makom kadosh, it's a place where tzaddikim are buried, is fine to daven. You can say, it's a makom paratz. There is no room to be machmer, and of course it's a makom kadosh, and it's great, and it's mutter, and it's amazing.
Yud Gimel.
Travelers, motor lahem lispal basada, are permitted to daven in the field.
Right. Af she'eno makom.
Makom mikora. It's not a makom mikora. Not sure again what that word is. Ein isur lispal b'makom she'eno mikora. There is no isur. He says to daven in a place with no mikora.
Maybe it means beams, that there's structure of beams in the place. I'm not sure. So, travelers are mutter.
They're permitted to daven in a field. Ukeshiyesham ilanos to'op Yosef. There's trees.
Yamod lispal
Ben ha'ilanos. It's better to daven in between the trees.
Right, because a person shouldn't daven
against a tree.
Ve'al kol panim.
Sarach lintos l'tzidei haderech.
He should turn his body to
the side of the road. So, he shouldn't be
against the road, that people who
are traveling as well should not come to pass him. So he should go a little bit to the side, turn his body, so people won't cross over in front of him, which is of course an isur when the person is in the Shemona Esrei. Another person should not go ahead and cross over, and a person should see to it to not daven in a place where it could come about that a person will inevitably walk in front of him. So,
he says if there's trees, also you shouldn't daven connect.
Right by a tree, facing a tree. A person shouldn't daven facing a tree. So,
find a spot
that's in between.
Yodal. כשיש לפניו ברירה.
When a person has choice.
להתפלל במקום פרט.
Words, he has a choice.
תדאבן.
In a open place, או בבית שאין בו חלונות, or house that doesn't have windows. עדיף להתפלל בבית שאין בו חלונות. It's better, he says, to daven in a place with no windows.
Right? He has a choice.
Either an open place, like a field, or a place with no windows. It's better to daven in a place with no windows. Af shehu afel, even though it's dark.
Okay. So there seems to be so obviously we come out. It's
worse to daven in a
field than to daven
in the shul or a place with no windows.
Tezvav.
Mitzvah lars kishor l'chaveis hakneses is a mitzvah to run when he's going to the shul. Chen l'chol devar mitzvah, so too by all mitzvahs. It's good. It's a mitzvah to run to them. Shneimar. Beautiful. It's beautiful pasuk. Near the fal adas is Hashem. It says, near the fal we shall run, chase, to know Hashem.
Of course, that's doing the mitzvahs of Hashem.
We should run. We should have such excitement and enthusiasm, right? Enthusiasm to go and do Ratzon Hashem. So it is actually a mitzvah to run, to do mitzvahs. Ba'afilu, and even b'Shabbos she'asa livsoa b'syagasa.
Right.
Even Shabbos, where a person is not allowed to run, essentially, he cannot take long steps. The steps should be normal.
Right. Definitely not running.
Still, if he's going to do a divine mitzvah or going to shul or any
mitzvah, he should. He can and
he's able to run, and it's a mitzvah.
And certainly you should not go ahead and
stand in the middle of the road.
Right.
To converse with his friend in his own personal matters. Right? Because through that he's going to become late to the shul.
So again, even on Shabbos you're allowed
to run. It's for Dvar Mitzvah.
What about? Okay. And then he says you shouldn't go ahead
and, of course, not stand to converse, to talk to his friend. Some say that Iker mitzvah to run is when a person is close to a shul. He's nearing the
mitzvah. Or, I'm sorry.
In this case,
he's close to a shul. V'yesh omrim v'lo, I'm sorry.
V'lo k'shiyotze mi beso. Not when he's going out of his home. That's not when it starts. As nika shiyotze tzorach ha-mitzvah. Then it's recognizable. He's running for the mitzvah of coming to shul to daven to Hashem. V'yesh omrim. But some say no, once he gets out of the home, he should start the mitzvah of Nir Defal Adas Hashem to run to the mitzvah. When he comes close to the shul, Yemaher Yosef should go even faster.
Okay, das sein.
Lo yichanes lebeis hakneses b'ritza. So now, right, what about coming into the shul? He should not come in running. El yatzor beit chnisa. He should stop by the entrance. V'yelech be'emach k'nichnas l'fi hamelech. He should go in with fear, coming into the King of Kings, Hashem. Right? So, again,
Some say it's
right when he exits his home where it starts. Some say it's only when he comes closer to the shul where it starts. However, either way, once he gets to the shul itself and he comes in, he should not start running to
he shouldn't start running to his place.
the daven. He should walk be'ema with fear, because he's going to approach the King of Kings, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
We'll stop here.